Hello everybody. Assalamu alaikum. Sastakar namaskar to all the listeners. This is Sharp Raleigh, and we are here for the Sharp Raleigh Law Show. Today is June 27, 2019, and if you are listening to the show on July 4th, it might be a recorded show, so it will be a recorded show probably. And today I have Michael with me on the show, and happy 4th of July at an early stage. And just to let people know, it's on July 4th, it's also going to be the 9th anniversary of the Law Show. It's been 9 years now, and I really thank all the listeners for being faithful to us. We've been on for all those years. We started on Mondays, and we had several other days, but now we are on Thursdays only, but also on Friday nights. So for those who wants to listen to the recorded shows, you can go on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/SharpRaleigh-Law. youtube.com/SharpRaleigh-Law. I have an archive of many of the shows there, and we have a lot of information there. And again, before I start, anything I'm going to tell you today is my opinion. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. And if in case you need any private consultation or any help, the number to our office, 510-742-5887. 510-742-5887. We will be opening the lines ASAP. The number you can call 510-657-1170. 510-657-1170. Michael, I hope you can hear me properly and everything is going on well there. And again, the line 510-657-1170. 510-657-1170. And now one of the topics I totally omitted, which was a very important topic, is the visa bulletin. You know, the visa bulletin is that crazy thing that really kind of gave a hard time to people, especially from India and China and even Mexico. But there was one good news that happened for July. There is a jump on the F2A. That means if spouses and children of U.S. citizens move for India and pretty much all over the world to March 2019, which is really almost current. So if you have a child or someone who's already in the U.S., you want to file for an adjustment of status, feel free to call us, 510-657-1170. Michael, give me 1 minute, and then we'll take the callers. I know there are a bunch of callers. So the next thing, unfortunately, we have a retrogression on the EB1, but we are hoping it will come back to normal probably by October. So India moves back to January 1st, 2015, and EB2 moving really like a turtle, April 24, 2009, and also the chart B is for the EB1 October 2017 and EB2 June 2009. So we have to also look at the chart that the USCIS is using, right? Just because you see this chart doesn't mean actually they're taking it. Let me take the callers, Michael. I think we have a bunch of them. Let me take the first one. Sharp, right? Hello.
Hello. Hi, this is Kiran.
Hi. Hi, Kiran. How are you?
Hi. So I have a question regarding the H4 visa. So currently my wife and daughter's H4 extension is in progress. But right now, last year she applied for YAF1 to YAF4 change of conversion, and which got approved a couple of days back. And now we want to withdraw her H4 visa. Now my question is, can we withdraw her H4 extension without affecting my daughter's status, daughter's extension?
Well, if you withdraw it, since you included the daughter on this application, they will also cancel both. So what we need to do, you need to file one for your daughter separately, and then withdraw this one. That's the only way you can do that, so that you have a backup. Otherwise, your daughter will be out of status suddenly, and it will be a headache on you. So I recommend refiling a new H4 for your daughter alone, then go ahead and withdraw this one. Just for your information.
We are already in the 6 months grace period, so is it possible to refile again?
So your daughter's H4 already expired, and this one is pending, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is possible. You have to do a bridge, but the easiest way is just to wait, just to take your daughter out and bring her back in. If possible, then she can be directly on the H4 and you avoid all.
Yeah, so right now we are not in a position to travel, so I'm just trying to explore the options.
Okay.
So
yeah, you can still file the H1B, but you will it will be filed as a you will have to file it as a what we call a bridge. So you have to piggy ride on that pending one, and then file this one, and then withdraw this one. So it's a little bit tricky. Let's be honest. But it is possible as long as you do it properly. The only thing I can see here is if one gets denied, then the other one, if you withdraw this one, they might withdraw first and then move forward to, then they might not accept it. So it's a 50-50, unfortunately, because bridge are not really obvious, unfortunately. But give me a call at the office. We can discuss a little bit more details. I can try to find some ideas for you, because on 1 minute is very hard. 510-742-5887, okay? But you can still do a bridge and file for her and then withdraw the other one, okay?
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, good luck to you. Oh, one thing I wanted to let you know, sometimes USCIS, they forget they don't withdraw stuff. Okay, sorry, I think we lost Kiran, but this is important to know now. They did that in a couple of times in some cases. Let me take another caller, Michael. Sharper, you 11 here. Hello.
Hey, hi, Shah. Thanks for taking my call, and thank you very much for all the community service and advice that you provide on this show. And I'm a regular listener, and I really appreciate you spending time on this.
Thank you so much. It means a lot to me, especially now it's our 9th year anniversary. So
yeah, truly, it's been like I probably have been listening to you for 9 years then.
Oh, great! Wow, thank you. Well, we need to record you twice. Okay. Yeah. Great. I'm just kidding.
Sure.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
I have a question regarding the DS 160 question, which asks, have you ever overstayed unlawfully present in US? And here is my situation. Like back in 2008, I applied. My I-94 was expiring in September 16, 2008, and my company has applied for the extension, and it got rejected on October 3rd, 2008. And as soon as my company notified me and they arranged for the return travel, I left the country on October 19th. Now, I'm again going for stamping, so I just wondering what should I answer to that question on DS-160.
You're going to put yes, and you're going to mention the date, and since you have not passed more than 180 days, it won't affect you, okay?
Yeah, and actually after 2008, I have been to stamping for 2010, 14, and 17. I probably answered no that time, but this time I just want to make sure that they are scrutinizing and going back to old records, so I was just wondering what should I go.
Now you have another problem, because since before you said no, now you say yes, that will be an issue. But I don't want to really discuss that on the radio. But if you want, give me a call. But I highly recommend that you tell the truth and just mention that right now, and you're right. As long as you don't pass 180 days, it doesn't really affect your case. And since you 1 month, less than 1 month you left, right? So it should not be a big problem.
Should I give you a call back like just for 5 minutes later?
I'm sorry?
Should I give you a call to the office?
Yeah, give a call to the office and let them know you spoke to me on the radio.
Sure.
And I asked you to call because I might ask you a few questions, because we don't want to really kind of discuss all the details of your case.
Sure, I'll give you a call. What will be a good time to call?
Okay. Just call the office. They will schedule. Probably not today, but probably for tomorrow or the day after.
Okay, sure. I'll do that. Thank you very much.
Good luck to you. Thank you so much, and thank you for listening. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Just to let you know, sometimes I won't be able to answer, not because of time, it's because there are many private information I don't really want you to disclose on the radio, but then I will ask you to call the office. But at the same time, as you know, we operate like we're a law firm, so of course sometimes we might charge you for a consultation, but it all depends on your situation. So give us a call if you need help, 510-742-5887. And again, if you want to call, like we had 2 callers, you can still call on anything immigration. You can call at 510-657-1170, 510-657-1170. I think we have one more caller. Let me take the caller. This is Shapra, you're live in air. Hello.
Hi, sir. So, my question is related with the specialty occupation code. So, the 3 approvals, I-719 approval on the same specialty code. So, when we go for transfer, whether we need to continue with the same specialty code because the qualification expenses match to that code, or like the new employer will be changing the specialty code, whether that will be a problem?
Okay, that's a very, very good question. I get it all the time. Number one, the answer is no. You don't have to go with the same code. However, you need to make sure any code you use will qualify as a specialty occupation. It's 2 different stories, okay? So just because you got your case approved under one code, if you have qualification for another code, you can use that. But it's not you, it's the code itself that might not qualify, because now they have made it kind of a game, quote unquote, that they approve this or not. But you don't have to use the same code. But make sure that the one that they next will be qualifying you. Okay? So if you have, I think, around, are you still there? No. Okay. I think I lost the caller. Let me take another caller, but just to reiterate, no, you don't have to. Let me take another caller, Michael. This is Shabra. You're live here.
Hello?
Hello, hi.
Yes, I had a question. So I found a new job. My H-1B got approved and everything. I was planning to take like 2 weeks off. Is there any issue on the immigration front regarding green card and stuff? If I take, because I'll be out of status or whatever for 2 weeks, like time off.
Okay.
Before joining the new job.
Status. Okay. Yeah. Don't confuse the two. You're not out of status, first of all. All you have is basically you're taking a break. As long as you don't cancel your H-1B, usually it's not a big problem. Because the reason, but the problem will be if the company, when they cancel your H-1B while you're gone. That can be an issue. But you're not out of status, so don't get confused. You're not out of status.
Okay, cool. So only enjoy my vacation for 2 weeks.
Yeah, you can enjoy, because vacation is okay under the CFR, but don't do it too long, because that's going to create more problems for you. Okay?
Makes sense. Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much.
Good luck to you. Enjoy your vacation. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, feel free to call 510-657-1170. 510-657-1170. This is Attorney Shaparali, and we're live on air today. We are June 27, 2019, and if you're hearing this show on June 4th, that means it's a recorded show. And as I was mentioning earlier, it's our 90th anniversary on July 4th. Just to go back a little bit how it started, the radio show started because I was fighting a law at that time which was passed in Arizona, when Arizona wanted to actually pass their own immigration law. And a lot of people were upset, and I wanted to talk about it, and then that's how I got into the radio, actually. Well, I had been on the radio before as a guest and things like that, but I started to really kind of getting involved into that because I wanted to really kind of make a difference. And then from there, I don't know, I got hooked up on it, and at the same time, I think people were really appreciating the show, so it went on. and now it's quote-unquote a hobby that lasted 9 years now, and I'm very, very happy, and I wanted to thank you again. Every year I do that, but I'm going to thank you one more time for being really faithful listeners, and that makes a big difference, because if I don't have a listenership or we don't have any feedback from you, that show is pretty much useless. And so I really want to thank you for supporting us in different ways, especially by listening. And I know people are listening all over the place, including overseas. I have people calling me from many countries, of course, India, we have Pakistan, Nepal. I wanted to say shout out for them. Thank you so much. Egypt, even some people, but I don't know how they got in there with the internet issues. But even I have people listening, Saudi Arabia, Lebanon, and things like that. So I wanted to say, and of course, I even got a call from Malaysia. They were listening to it online. I think they got that on the YouTube. So I really want to thank you. And for those who missed the show, we have the YouTube channel, youtube.com, Shah Pirali Law. Shah Pirali Law. I update things there. Sometimes I can't write articles because right now it's been hectic, so I'm not writing too many articles, so I post on YouTube. So please subscribe to the channel, Shah Pirali Law. We have two of them, one Pirali Law, one Shah Pirali Law, but pick the one Shah Pirali Law because that's the one I update most of the time. Now let's go back to the visa bulletin, because we have one good news and one bad news. So the good news is F2B moving forward for spouses of U.S. citizens and children of not U.S. citizens, LPR, green card holders. I correct that. Green card holders is moving a lot faster. I've never seen it moving so fast. I hope it's not like one of those cases we had in 2007, but I hope this will continue. So basically, children of green card holders will be able to get their unmarried children. Of course, you cannot be married during time. Things are going to move really fast. So now we are going to talk a little bit about some other issues that we are seeing. One of the things, I don't know if it is happening to you, but I'm getting a lot of calls for consultation where L1As are being denied, especially extensions. And we knew that this used to happen back in the days. When I'm saying back in the days, I'm talking like 8 years ago or something. We used to see a lot of denials of those renewals, and now it's coming back, kind of, those denials. And if anybody is getting those denials, feel free to reach out to us. We can look into the case. You can call us on 510-742-5887. 510-742-5887. I'm going to give the number again for the studio, 510-657-1170. 510-657-1170. Am I giving the right number, Michael? I hope I am. I have so many phone numbers, I don't want to confuse them. So I wanted to mention that we are seeing a lot of things happen. So it is really it is heartbreaking when we see things like that. It is unfair because it is so many things are happening again on different fronts, and I wanted to check kind of how many are being affected. Also, the other cases that we are seeing affected are VAWA cases. A lot of VAWAs now are getting second RFEs, etc., and they are pretty much re-asking the same questions again and again, which I've never seen really in my career. VAWA is pretty smooth. We have a very high success rate with VAWA. VAWA is the Violence Against Women Act. It can be used for men also, where if someone has been abused and they are married to an LPR, a green card holder, or a U.S. citizen, they are eligible to file under the abuse case. And VAWA, it is a very confidential thing, so filing it is not going to affect you if you have this unfortunate situation, or ultimately which can really lead to a green card. So for those who are getting all those issues, please feel free to reach out to us. Of course, you can reach out to us for anything. So feel free, not anything, I mean anything in immigration and debt settlement too, which I'm going to talk about in a few minutes. And for those who are seeing that, and of course we are seeing also huge RFEs on same again on H-1Bs. They are hitting hard on a specialty occupation. They are hitting hard on if your area of your education was in your area of field of expertise. So, for example, if you have someone who is a civil engineer who has worked probably for years in the IT sector, and usually it was not a problem to get this approved because the experience will compensate for the missing qualifications under the degree. So what you were doing, we were using the bachelor's degree combined with experience, and what we will do, we'll contact a company to do what we call an experience credential evaluation. Then we move forward. And that has worked for years. It has always worked. But suddenly now they're questioning this, which is kind of unfair because experience most of the time, experience speaks better than education. Although, of course, education is important, it is not necessary to just do it like that. So bottom line is it is a situation that is really getting frustrating, and at the same time it is we are in tough times, so no question about it. We can try to ignore it, but times are tough, and in order for people to really kind of understand what is happening to them, they need to actually look into what exactly is happening on the political front. And unfortunately there's no real way to determine what they're thinking. All we know now is that everything is more strict. So if you're facing all those problems, you want at least a consultation, feel free to reach out to our office, 510-742-5887. Or you can check our website, attorneyonair.com, or piralilaw.com. And feel free to call right now if you have any questions on immigration. It doesn't have to be employment-based. It can be family-based. It can be asylum. It can be anything regarding immigration. I'll try my best to answer if I can. Of course, the number to the studio, 510-657-1170. 510-657-1170. The number to the studio. I would please reach out to us if you have any questions, or of course if you have any statement you want to make. I'll be glad to talk to you related to that. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about another topic, and then I'll move back to immigration. Since I was mentioning, I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, there's another service that we offer. It's called debt settlement. This is pretty much a way to get out of debts without having to really kind of go through the route of a bankruptcy. What a debt settlement is when we negotiate with the lender or a collection agency or anybody trying to collect money from you and make a deal with them. You can make the deal yourself, but the problem is negotiating with them on their own. Number one, there's a saying which says, he who represents himself has a fool for a lawyer and a rogue for a client. He who represents himself has a fool for a client and a rogue for a lawyer. So what it means is basically oftentimes when you try to defend yourself, you make mistakes and you run into information. So even lawyers, when they're in trouble, they take other lawyers to defend them because that's the way to do it. Because you don't want the emotions to get involved and make mistakes on those. And we can help you on those. And reach out to us at 510-742-5887. And the website for this one is yourdebtsettlementattorney.com. Yourdebtsettlementattorney.com. We can help you with your credit cards, your mortgage, second loan sometimes, not every time now because houses are going up. But we can help you also against if collection agencies are after you. or if they have a judgment against you, etc., etc. So feel free to reach out to us, 510-742-5887, and that's another department for where we basically handle other things than immigration. But we don't handle many things, only debt settlement and immigration, because that's already overwhelming. And lately I wanted to congratulate the team again. We have been having some great victories on EB1, National Trust Waiver, etc. It's really it makes us feel good when we see even in the tough times we're getting very high success rate, especially on the EB1. I really wanted to thank the team of Washington. We have the team of Washington DC. They have been really up to a plate, and also our team, of course, in Newark and San Francisco. They have all been doing good, but the EB1 is usually processed there for us. A few of them gets processed here, but it's one group, one team, and we all work together, and a special thanks to all of them. And I wanted to also mention that I forgot what I was going to mention, but I wanted to let you know if you need help, of course, 510-742-5887. Yeah, I wanted to mention that whenever you're filing a case right now, make sure that you're filing it properly, because even you're filing properly, they're asking more and more questions. So make sure that you have all your documentation right. There are no contradictions in your paperwork, and also make sure that you have the right mix and the right lawyer who's helping you, because unfortunately now, it has been like that for a while, but unfortunately now, when it comes to employment-based immigration, expertise. Those are the three main words. It's so much in those. A small mistake will cost you really bad, and I've seen it many times. People will call me and say, "Okay, this is how my lawyer proceeded, and now what do I do?" I don't blame the lawyer, but at the same time, I blame them, because there are many things that whenever someone calls me, I always try my best. Of course, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, but I always try my best to find other avenues. For example, you might be asking me a question about H-1B. By the time I'm done with you, I find out you got something else, and we'll take that route. But in order to do that, you have to really be able to distinguish what is the real thing and how to really find a solution for people, right? Because just knowing the law is one thing, but being able to apply it and ultimately find a solution is really the secret of it. And that's probably from our team, I'll say, talent. And I'm very proud of that, because we have been able to find many solutions. That doesn't mean we find solutions for every case, because that's not possible. But so far we have been pretty good, and we've been doing that for 15 years. And also, I forgot to mention, this year was the 15th year anniversary of me being a lawyer, and also 14th year anniversary of our law firm. So I wanted to really kind of make sure that people understand that there are many things out there, many options out there. For example, you might have an employment base, but then by the time I analyze your case, you might be eligible, for example, for a U visa. What is a U visa? U visa is a visa which ultimately leads to a green card if you are victims of certain crime. Let me take another caller, and then we'll move on. This is Shaprari. You're live on air.
Hey, hi, Shah. First of all, thank you so much for all your excellent help and service to the community.
Thank you so much for your kind words.
And yeah, I have a question regarding the family-based immigration. So I already have an EB2 through my employer. I-140 is approved. I'm waiting for the day to be current, but it's going to take a long time. So I was wondering if I can apply for a family-based immigration. Say, for example, my sister is a citizen, and I want to know if I can apply through her.
Yes, you can, definitely, it's highly possible. There's nothing that conflicts the two. You can have it, but there's a long waiting time. Hopefully, it will be like the one we are having right now in F2B. So this might work. But yeah, I actually advise people to do that as a backup, especially when you are on a visa like H1B or L1, which are dual intent visa. So it doesn't the visa doesn't get affected. However, if later on you plan to go on something like a student visa or something, it might affect it. But H1B, L1, O visas, no problem. You fine. Go ahead and file it. It's a good backup.
Okay. And roughly, how much wait time should I kind of expect on the family-based immigration?
This depends on the country. You're from India too, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we're talking about 15 to 17 years.
Pardon, I didn't get that. 15 to?
15 to 17 years. Actually, it might be a good idea because EB2 is going to take long too. So, yeah, it is worth it, and it won't affect your EB2 or anything while you're filing.
Okay. And just another last question. I mean, if I plan to decide to go in that route, should I be approaching someone like you, or can I do it on my own?
You don't really need a lawyer to do that. It's just a Form I-130 because once your dates become current, then it's good to have a lawyer, but you don't. Just go online, fill the Form I-130, and follow the instructions, and put enough documents to prove she's your sister, and put all the other documents that are present there. So it's not really a difficult task, except a lot of paperwork. But if you're not feeling comfortable, then give me a call. I'll be glad to handle it for you. Okay?
Sure. Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So the number to the office 510-742-5887. 742-5887. I think we have another caller. This is Shapira. You're live in here. Hello.
Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Shapira. Awesome show, really. My name is Kajal, and I'm considering filing green card family-based for my parents. I have two questions for you. First is, which one is taking smaller, like lesser processing time? Would that be consular processing, or would that be adjustment of status if they happen to come here? And the second one is, how much, there is a public charge that I heard about that the Trump administration is planning to get into effect. Is that already into effect, which bars anybody who's not a citizen to qualify for Medicaid? Thank you so much. I will take your answer offline.
Okay. First of all, thank you so much for your kind words. Really appreciate it. It keeps us going. Now, your question is set up in a very tricky way, but I have to mention that. So, number one, if you want to know which goes faster, definitely adjustment of status it doesn't go faster, but it has a lot of benefits with it. However, it has also its drawbacks. For example, if you enter the United States with a visitor visa with the intent to file a green card, and the INA 214B, it can be considered as fraud because you basically kind of violated the rule and of not only INA 214B, the immigrant intent issue, but also misrepresentation, etc. The way it works, if they're already in the U.S., then they change their mind after 90 days or something, they decide to stay, that's okay. But if you already have a preconceived idea and you enter, that's not a good idea. However, having said that, the issue is not the green card. The issue is the visitor visa itself, okay? So people get confused on that. The green card, there's nothing wrong in doing it, and although there are case law which says, okay, for immediate relative, this is not an issue, there's a risk there, so be careful on that. Now, of course, consular processing is another issue. And then you were asking about, I think I forgot the second question. I've been going so much into the first two questions. And then, I don't know, Michael, do you remember the second question? I don't remember that. I got so much entangled into that issue of the B1, B2. And the Medicare. Okay, the Medicaid. So Medicare, it is not really there right now, but I'm expecting they will use it down the road. They have not denied Medi-Cal, for example, in California, because that they cannot touch. But Medicare, if you're a green card holder, it's a different story. And I don't have enough information really to kind of advise you on that part, because that's more like I have to research on that. I know they were making a big fuss out of it, but I didn't hear after that. So if anybody knows, please let me know. You can feel free to call the studio today, 510-742-5887. 510-742-5887. Oh, again, I'm confusing the numbers. The number to the studio is 510-657-1170. 510-657-1170. And also to mention that how much time do we have, Michael? I just wanted to check. So I wanted to mention that we have the visa Bulletin, which basically made it current for green card holders' children to pretty much get a green card pretty fast. And I know a lot of people here on student visas, etc., etc. So if you need help on those, feel free to reach out to us, 510-742-5887. Now, the big question, and I get it all the time, I used to do that every month, but I have not done it for a while, is the visa Bulletin predictions, or I don't know if call it forecast or predictions. I don't know the real word I should use, but let's take a little guess here. Suddenly we saw that movement in the F2B for children of LPR, which is a good news, which I never expected, because that administration has not really been friendly to either family petition or employment base. Now, most of our listeners are more interested in the employment base, and they want to know where things stand right now. Number one, the question I get very frequently is, which one is going to move faster, the EB2 or the EB3? Okay, right now I'm going to put a disclaimer. Whatever I'm going to tell you is purely my opinion based on experience and looking at the trend. I might be completely wrong, so don't really take what I'm telling you today for granted, because it's just my feeling. So first of all, I think, and many attorneys will agree with me, EB3 is going to keep moving faster. In the next 4 or 5 years, EB3 will move faster. The reason for that is because a lot of people in the past 10 years have been shifting from EB3 to EB2. What it has done, it has left a gap on EB3, and what we think is that they recaptured some of that, and that basically gave a very good indication where EB3 has happened. So, Michael, I don't think we'll be taking more calls now. We have only like 4 or 5 minutes to go. Let me talk a little bit about, for people who want to call, feel free to call our office, 510-742-5887. 510-742-5887, and this is Attorney Chaparrali. And again, if you're listening to that show on July 4th, it might be a recorded show, so please call the office the next day. We'll be glad to do a consultation for you. So right now what we are talking about here is a major issue, well, not major issue, a prediction which a lot of people have been asking me to do for the visa Bulletin. So my feeling is that we are going to see a continuation of EB3 going up, unless there's a retrogression, because a lot of people have been shifting. And we've been seeing that for China for a while. And a lot of people ask the question now, hey, my case has been filed under EB2. Can I use that? Can I make the I-140 under EB3? Okay. Yeah, you can downgrade. There are two ways to do that. Number one, you have to change that I-140, which is a headache, to be honest, and I've never done it. I'm not going to lie to you. I've never done it. Or if you already have a labor is being filed and everything was started as an EB2, but then when it's time for the I-140, you can file it an EB3. This is easier, and this we have done, and we have been successful. So let me repeat that. You have a labor, the labor got approved, you have not filed the I-140, and the labor was, everything was done, recruitment, everything was done as an EB2, but then you want to move to EB3, you can just go ahead and file under EB3. But if you already have an EB2 I-140 is approved and you want to shift that, that requires some additional work, and actually a lot of work. And like I say, I've never done that. So I recommend that if you need any help, please feel free to reach out to us. 510-742-5887, 510-742-5887, and the website to check, attorneyonair.com, attorneyonair.com. So I was talking, of course, about the visa Bulletin because this is the news we are seeing that. Now, let's talk a little bit about EB1 because that's another thing that a lot of people are worried about because we are seeing a retrogression there, moving backward for India to 2015, etc. Of course, Chart B still 2015. So I really think EB1 will move back to forward probably in the next couple of months. Probably by October 1st, watch for October 1st, a new fiscal year, we might see a jump. So let's pray for that. And also, for those who need help on anything, immigration, debt settlement, you name it, feel free to reach us, 510-742-5887. And anything I'm telling you today is my opinion. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. And happy 4th of July to all. And happy anniversary to our law show. It's been 9 years now. Thank you so much. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, everybody.